The story begins not in a warm home, but in the biting cold of the city streets. For young Kai, the world was a vast, indifferent place. Wrapped in silence and shadows, he was just another invisible orphan, shivering against the concrete, wondering if anyone even knew he existed. Survival was his only education. Hunger turned the streets into a battlefield. To fill his empty stomach, Kai had to harden his heart and his fists, scrapping with other desperate souls for a mere crust of bread. He learned early that in this world, nothing is given. Everything must be fought for. But fate has a way of showing up when you least expect it. One evening, the rhythmic thud of leather hitting heavy bags caught his ear. Through the dusty window of an old gym, Kai saw men dancing with violence and discipline. For the first time, his eyes didn't see a fight. They saw an art form. He begged for a job, not to train, but just to be close to that fire. As a humble janitor sweeping the floors, he would pause to gaze at the championship belts hanging on the wall. To others, they were just decorations. To Kai, they were glittering symbols of a life he dared to dream of. By day, he was the silent ghost with a broom, memorizing every jab, every weave he saw. But when the doors locked and the lights dimmed, the ghost came alive. In the solitude of the night, Kai pushed his malnourished body to the limit, mimicking the fighters with desperate intensity. He had no money for proper nutrition. His fuel came from the leftovers of the privileged, half-eaten pastries, and the dregs of protein shakes left behind by customers. It was humble scraps, but Kai swallowed his pride, knowing that every calorie was a brick in the foundation he was building. Fueled by those scraps and a burning desire, he stood before the mirror. He wasn't just fighting his reflection, he was fighting his destiny. Every shadow punch was thrown with the precision and anger of a boy who refused to be forgotten. Then came the night that changed everything. The gym's owner, an old, weary coach, walked in unexpectedly. He froze. He didn't see a vandal. He saw a prodigy. The raw technique, the speed, the focus, it was undeniable talent blooming in the dark. The coach stepped forward and asked the boy to show him what he could do. Kai unleashed a storm of perfect strikes. Visibly moved, the old man reached into his bag and handed Kai a pair of gloves. They were his first real possession, a gift that said, "You belong here." This coach was once a great champion, a man who had the world at his feet until he was betrayed by a friend he trusted too much. In Kai, he saw a chance for redemption. He decided to pour his remaining years into the boy, hoping Kai could finish the journey that was stolen from him. Under the master's guidance, Kai didn't just learn, he evolved. He became the gym's fiercest warrior, his skills growing so rapidly that soon one sparring partner wasn't enough. He would dance around two opponents simultaneously, a whirlwind of speed that no one could touch. The small gym could no longer contain his potential. The coach slammed a registration form onto the table. The Las Vegas Lightweight Championship. It was time to take the boy from the shadows of the alley to the blinding lights of the world stage. After a grueling tournament of victories, Kai reached the finals. But destiny is poetic. His opponent was the star pupil of the very man who had ruined his coach's life years ago. The ring was no longer just for sport. It was a battlefield for honor and revenge. The final match was a nightmare. The opponent was a titan, larger and stronger than Kai in every way. Kai was battered, backed into corners, taking punishment that would have shattered a lesser man. The crowd whispered that the dream was over. But Kai possessed a weapon muscle couldn't buy, an unbreakable spirit. Relying on his lightning agility, he spotted a microscopic opening. He ducked under a crushing blow and unleashed a devastating hook, putting every ounce of his life's struggle into one punch. The impact was thunderous. The giant froze, eyes rolling back, and crashed to the canvas. He tried to rise, but his legs betrayed him. The referee waved his arms. It was over. The underdog had done the impossible. The arena erupted. Kai was the new champion. As the crowd roared his name, he didn't look at the cameras. He looked at his corner, where his old teacher stood, tears streaming down his face. They had rewritten history together. Fame didn't change him. Kai returned to the dusty gym that saved him. With trembling hands, he placed his shining new belt right next to his master's old, faded one. The circle was complete. The legacy was restored. From that day on, Kai was a legend, invincible in the ring. Yet his greatest victory was his kindness. Every month he returned to the old gym, not as a star, but as a teacher, training the street orphans, showing them that they too could fight their way out of the darkness. And the secret to his strength? It wasn't the belt. Before every fight, Kai would hold those battered old gloves the coach first gave him. They were his lucky charm, his anchor, reminding him that no matter how high he flew, his heart would always remain with the boy who once dreamed in the dark. Kai's journey teaches us a powerful truth. Never blame your circumstances. It does not matter where you start. It only matters where you refuse to stop. Do not let poverty, loneliness, or hardship become your excuses. Instead, let them be your fuel. Because the truth is, if you possess enough passion and your effort is relentless, you will never walk alone. The entire universe will conspire to cheer you on, guiding you to the very end of your dream.